Across global religions, we expect our gods to be immortal, and we build their monuments to match. We carve them from granite, cast them in bronze, and chisel marble, so they stand completely impervious to rain, wind, and the passage of time. At first glance, the Jagannath Temple in Puri, India, seems to follow this exact same logic. Its towering stone spire dominates the skyline, acting as a massive, permanent fortress designed to last in eternity. But inside this impenetrable stone structure sits a supreme deity that breaks all the rules. Lord Jagannath isn't made of stone or metal. He is carved entirely out of wood. Choosing wood over stone introduces a severe physical consequence. Wood is vulnerable. It rots, it chips, and it degrades. Because of this, the deity's physical body slowly wastes away and eventually has to be completely destroyed and rebuilt. This vulnerability even extends to his daily existence. Unlike other idols, Jagannath actually gets physically sick. He requires organic, herbal medicines to recover, and he goes through mandated periods of deep, uninterrupted rest. Millions of devotees worship this fragile, dying body because the wooden shell is a temporary vessel. It exists only to house the unburnt, still beating heart of Lord Krishna. According to legend, when Lord Krishna's time on earth ended, his mortal body was placed on a funeral pyre. But when the embers finally faded into ash, one piece refused to burn. His physical heart remained intact, glowing with a persistent light. This divine relic was cast into the ocean, drifting for generations before ancient kings eventually recovered it. Knowing they had to protect something so sacred and delicate, they decided against encasing it in cold stone. Instead, they sealed the relic inside a specially carved wooden idol. Officially, this hidden essence is the Brahma Padartha, the divine soul. It sits deep within the wooden chest, pulsating with Krishna's energy. Because it contains this divine matter, priests treat the wooden shell exactly like a human body, a legally and ritually living, breathing entity. The Jagannath Temple functions as a highly regulated habitat, governed by protocols designed strictly to sustain a living organism. This biological logic explains the temple's annual cycle. Every year, Lord Jagannath is brought out for an elaborate ritual bath in cold water. Precisely like a human being left out in the cold, the deity catches a fever. The moment this happens, an emergency quarantine protocol kicks in. The temple completely shuts down its public operations. The sick deity is moved into isolation, where priests administer special medicinal roots and restrict his diet to help him recover. Once the fever breaks, the deity leaves isolation. To signal his return to health, he takes a celebratory journey out of the temple. Millions of people gather to pull 3 massive, colorful chariots through the streets in an enormous festival known as the Rath Yatra. But even with the best medical care, the wooden body eventually degrades. Every 12 to 19 years, the temple must execute its ultimate biological protocol, Nabha Kalabada, a total physical replacement of the deity's decaying shell. This transfer of the Brahma Padartha from the old body to the new one is conducted under extreme secrecy. The town goes dark. The priests are blindfolded, and their hands wrapped in cloth, so they cannot see or feel the exact nature of the divine heart they are moving. These rituals are the clinical protocols required to care for an immortal energy source trapped inside a mortal, failing vessel. These rituals strip away the barrier between the divine and the everyday, turning the deity's existence into a direct mirror of the fragile human life cycle. Humans typically desire gods that are untouchable, perfect, and invincible. We look to the heavens for an escape from our own physical flaws. But Jagannath offers the exact opposite. He experiences the same bodily decay, the same sickness, and the same inevitability of death as the people who worship him. It creates a deep, radical empathy between the creator and the created. This shared physical vulnerability drives a massive, enduring devotion. Devotees care for a god whose heavy wooden wheels grind against the very same earth they walk on. The power of Jagannath Puri thrives because it nurtures a fragile, beating heart, making the divine journey indistinguishable from the human one.